Welcome to Steaks and Locs, where we're locking hair and eating lots of steaks along the way. So today's video is going to be a kind of like a 3-month update, but I'm going to do it in a lock tag inspired by Takira Ann. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. First question. Do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to lock your hair? Where were you and how did you feel? Well, actually, I do remember the specific moment. I was sitting right there and I was interlocking my oldest son's hair, and he's been traditionally locked for about 5 years, but I've been interlocking his hair to maintain it. And he looked at me and he went, "Well, Mom, why don't you lock your hair? Your hair seems to be a lot of work." And I went, "Yeah, why don't I?" And in 30 minutes, after that conversation, I had already started researching how to part my hair and what kind of locks to do. And so that was the exact moment where I realized I'm doing this and this is permanent. I was excited and nervous at the same time. I really had thought about locks for about a year before I made the decision. And I was always a commitment phobic, right? I was afraid of the commitment. I was afraid of how permanent it was going to be. And when he kind of just planted the seed and went, "Well, my hair is super easy to take care of. Your hair could be super easy to take care of. Figure out how to lock your hair and do it." So anyway, I can thank my 15-year-old for this marvelous journey I'm on. Okay. Second question. What method, if any, did you use to start your locks? Well, I started my locks using braids. Little tiny braids, to be specific. 490 of them in my head at this moment. And so I decided to use braids because I know how to braid and because I didn't even think about twist locks. I didn't think about starting with twist. I could have, because twists are super easy to do. But I started with braid locks. Go figure. Number 3, how old are your locks? Well, my locks are 3.5 months, almost 4 months. So these are 4-month-old locks. Yes. Number 4, what is the length of your longest lock and shortest lock? Okay, so I think if I'm looking at it correctly, this is the length of my longest lock. That's how long this is. And my shortest locks are in the back. And even smaller than that is this one. It's my shortest BB lock. It's my BB lock. That is my smallest lock. There it is. Okay. And now we're looking raggedy again, so we gotta fix this up. Fifth question. Do you have any locks that are especially unique, strange, or awesome? Well, since I started these locks myself, all my locks are unique and awesome, right? Because they're not a specific size. I don't have a grid. So each lock has definitely their own personality. The ones that get on my nerves, well, not get on my nerves, but the one that bugs me the most is that I have a lock right in the very front of my head that is huge. I don't know if you can see how big it is. Okay, so we'll take that one and we'll compare it to a lock right next to it. And if you see these two locks, one's big and one's small. You see how that one? So that's the lock that, I don't know which way this camera is facing. That's the lock that annoys me the most because I want to take it down. I want to do it again. But I'm fighting the urge to resize it. I must have missed it when I was doing my resizing conundrum. But I think all of my locks are very different, and so they have different personalities. There's one in the front here, right here, that's I love because even though it's in the front, it's locking already, which is crazy because I'm only 4 months in. Number 7, what shampoo or other products do you use on your locks? Well, I use anything that I have in my bathroom. So I was using the peppermint, the Dr. Bronner's peppermint, and I have the citrus. I also have this Orlando something shampoo from Costco. I also did a salt scrub. So I'm not very reliant when it comes to products. I really walk into my shower because my wash days are very, very random. I I'm maybe at work all day and I'll decide, okay, well, today my hair feels like it's ready for a wash and I'll wash it. So I don't prep anything. I don't do anything. I just jump in the shower and wash my hair. I know that's a little nutty, but eh. How often do you wash your locks? I'm up to monthly wash days. I work out insanely and I feel like maybe I should wash more often, but I don't wanna. So I'm washing every month. And that I am keeping track of because I kind of want to see if I can even stretch it even more, even longer, since I'm not using any products on my locks. So monthly. And then next question is, do you do any regular maintenance on your locks? No. Yes and no. Okay, so I'm pushing my interlocking to 11 weeks. We'll see how that works out. I'm about almost 2 months into not doing any interlocking for 2 months. Only my perimeter. I only interlock the perimeter of my hair. Um, so yes. So interlocking every 11 weeks. I'm also just like daily, I'm doing separating to make sure my roots are not marrying. I am also braiding down my hair into two braids every other night. So that's my regular lock maintenance. I am spritzing my hair maybe every 2 weeks, depending on how crusty my hair feels. Number 10. What are your favorite beads or other decorations? None. 12. If you could start a new set of locks, would you do anything different? Oh, I skipped number 11. I'm sorry. If your locks had their own personal motto, what would it be? Thank you? Maybe? Yeah, they would be happy because I'm leaving them alone. They would also be a very rowdy 2-year old because they all have a personality of their own. They're all different sizes. They have tantrums and they decide to do whatever they want. Um, Number 12, if you could do anything different with your journey, what would it be? I would have a grid. Okay, let's not say grid. I would have clean parts. I would have clean parts and clean lines. I really wish I had taken the time to do clean parts because my reties are atrocious. They're atrocious. Um, but when I was putting them in, I have 3 kids. I never had time, so I was rushing through it. I was just grabbing sections, trying to be as clean with the parts as possible, but I did not do a good job with my parts, guys. So, if word of caution, if you are thinking of doing something, at least get somebody to part it for you. In a house full of boys. I don't have any females, or at least not close to me that I could say, okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna make clean parts. So I wish I had made clean parts myself or had somebody make clean parts for me because I think my reties would be a lot better. Number 13, is there anything else unique about your appearance other than locks? Well, I think my face is like awesome and unique. So, like she's beautiful. So that's the uniqueness. I also like my teeth. Um, and I like my keto carnivore body. I got guns. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got some guns. Um, we'll stop here. Um, and then number 14, how many people do you know personally with locks? One. I know one person with locks, and they have traditional locks, but they're up down to their butt. But that's it. But I don't know anybody with Microlocs. I don't know anybody with sister locks. I don't know anybody with braidlocs. So even at work, Everybody's just so intrigued by my hair. They're like, "What are those? Sister locks? Or those locks? Are you gonna take those out? What are you doing with your hair?" And I'm like, "Nanya." Number 15. Have any employers turned you down for having locks? Any wanted you because of your locks? Well, I got my locks while I was already employed. And before getting my locks, I really could have cared less what my hair looked like. Sometimes I would show up with um, twist in my hair. I would show up with locks in my hair. I mean, with like braids in my hair. Um, really, some days I showed up a little ratchet looking, but I didn't care. And I wait for the opportunity for somebody to say something to me about my hair and see if the parade doesn't rain on them. Because I'm very outspoken, I'm very confident, I carry myself with confidence. Even the days when my hair looks upside down, I don't care. I don't care. Life is too short. I could care less what other people think, let alone my employer. Please let me retire early. Let me retire early. Say something to me. Number 16. What's the weirdest question you've gotten about your locks? Dumbest, funniest, and most common. Most common. Are those sister locks? Funniest. Are you ever going to take those out? Because you've kind of had them for a couple of months now. Um, and then I haven't had any dumb questions. I think all questions are legit, right? Because they're just like, so how do you interlock them? How do you maintain them? Did you do them yourself? And then when I said I did it myself, every time I tell people, yeah, I did it myself, they're like, you know what? I can't talk to you no more. You crazy. I don't know what's wrong with you. Number 17, have you had a freak accident or an embarrassing moment involving your locks? Yes. Okay. In these COVID days, we have to put an N95 masks on, right? And so it kind of zaps in the back of your hair. And so nobody told me that my hair was just like all over the place from the N95 mask. Okay. And I go to the bathroom and I'm like, really, y'all? You just letting me walk around the unit, ratchet looking? Um, and so, I mean, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just like maybe we should run our hands through our hair after we take our N95 mask on. But then again, I don't care. Number 18, do you have any locked role models? If so, who? So the person that I watched the most and that inspired me initially was Nicole Cersei. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She posts videos annually. But she's the person that kind of had the same length of hair and started with braid locks. So she's my inspiration. But many more, especially micro lockers. There's a lot of micro lockers, not a lot of braid locked, and a lot of twist. But I've a lot of inspiration. Takira Ann, Queen Alim. Oh, there's another one. Oh, the braid lock. Oh my goodness. Now I can't remember her name. And I'm gonna feel like a horrible human being for not remembering her name. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna look for her name because I think she deserves a shout out. Keisha 1390. So she has had her locks, I think, 4 years. And she's inspiring me to continue my journey because it's kind of like the outlook. It's like, oh, that's what my locks could look like. I'm not trying to get my locks to look exactly like hers, but she's like the person today that's currently posting that has locks, that has braid locks that are thriving and they look full and voluminous and beautiful and lovely. So Keisha 1390, this is your shout out. I know I have 30 subscribers. Who am I even shouting out? Who do I think I am? Number 19, what locked YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out with in real life? Well, um, I don't hang out with anybody in real life because I'm always working and I have kids. However, I would like to pick Keisha 1390's brain. I'd like to sit down with her and like grill her like an interviewing. So yeah, do you have any lint? And what do you do about your lint? And what products do you use? Right? That's like you want to just sit down with somebody and grill them. Um, but I'm a fun person, so I'm chill to hang out with anybody. Just just give me some time. Come babysit my kids real quick, and I'll go hang out with some peeps. No, nobody, no takers. Okay. And who are you going to tag? Well, Keisha 1390, Nicole Cersei, anybody that has locks or anybody that has a journey with their hair or a testimony about their hair that they would want to share, I'm tagging you. Anybody and anybody. Get up, tell us why you locked your hair. And in the comments below, tell me why you're locking your hair and maybe answer some of these questions, maybe something you can relate to in some of these answers. But this was a fun video, actually. I like it. It's not boring. Look at my hair. What's my hair doing? This is a little bit more, I don't know, fun. So, anyway, if you enjoyed it, like it, comment, subscribe, share. I don't know, do whatever. Come back, see what craziness will conjure up in this channel of mine. But most of all, you need to start eating meat. Eat meat. Eat more meat. Bye.